do you think there is something to this whole spidey sense that, whoa, there's something about this guy Frost, I'm going to back off?
This is cool. I think this is a really interesting conversation. I just recently, there's a podcast out there called the Telepathy Tapes. It's cool. It's about nonverbal autistic kids that are telepathic. Like, it's totally bizarre. Like if you
Huh.
picture a school of fish that swims, those fish aren't talking to each other saying, we're going to turn left here, we're going to turn right here. There's something going on telepathically between those fish where they all know to turn at the same time, right? So the concept is humans a zillion years ago were a little more like that, like another animal group. And then we developed language. And then language is a more efficient way to communicate. So our telepathy thing kind of muscle shrank, right?
Huh.
But these nonverbal kids can't speak. It's like if you want to learn Spanish, go to Mexico in full immersion, right? And because these kids can only maybe say a couple words, they're thinking all the time and they're trying to tap in to bring other things. It's like when your phone rings and you're like, oh, that's my mom calling, and it's your mom or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's just like a basic form of telepathy that basically everybody has, right? And
Yeah.
then so these nonverbal autistic kids are, and this is like they've recorded this. It's like proven. This isn't like some UFO sighting thing. This is like a real thing that these kids can do with their usually with their mothers or one of their school teachers or something like that, right?
Hmm.
And
Wow.
it's totally bizarre. So I really love the Spidey sense, ESP, trust the hair on the back of your neck. I think that's really important for self-defense situations too. And people, if you get a weird vibe, like trust that sense. You know what I mean? Like if
Hmm.
you're, going down a dark alley, ooh, this is creepy. I'm not going to go down this dark alley. Let me walk down the other way, right? Or I'm not going to get in the car with this Uber driver. Something seems off with this dude. I'm just going to say, hey man, sorry, I forgot something. Take the next one, right? So I think from that self-defense perspective, since we're MMA in here, yeah, I think everybody should trust that. And then to your question, I've never really thought about if other people are picking up on the fact that someone can handle themselves. That makes sense to me. I always looked at it more as like, I get a lot of people are like, well, I don't know. Do you think you could take old Jacob over here?
Right.
Type thing. And I always just goof off with it. I'm like, I don't know, man. That guy looks tough. Look at him. He's pretty quick. He's a big guy. I don't know. Probably not. So I always try to like play it off rather than, beef up a little bit about it. But I also think it's just like, I don't go hang out in bars at 2 in the morning now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's a good thing for self-defense in general is just like if you want to go hunt deer, you go to the deer feeder or to the water to hunt the deer. So like if you want to get in a bar fight, you go to the bar. If you want to have an altercation with a homeless guy, well, go walking down the homeless route, right? But you can avoid a lot of that stuff. If you like jogging at 5 a.m. at Memorial Park, do it with a friend. You're less likely to get attacked, especially if you're a female, right? And so we've actually found in studies that if you've been attacked once, you're like 300% more likely to be attacked again than someone who's never been attacked at all. Isn't that wild?